I guess I'll start with Mr. Smiley here. Okay, this is already kind of a freaky one. I don't know how I'm gonna make this any better, but I'll give it my best shot. So I guess the first thing that I should do is paint the entire thing white so that it gives it a clean slate. And I have to start from level 1. Okay guys, it is, oh man, I missed the top. I mean, it's mostly painted white. I think I'm gonna not use the airbrush next time to paint it white because that took literally like half an hour to do. So I'm probably just gonna use a paintbrush for the other ones, but oh my gosh, that's so much more efficient. Why didn't I do this before? Oh my goodness. It does use a lot of paint though, admittedly, but it gets the job done real fast. Okay, that's so much better. It's blending into the background. That's exactly what we wanted. So now for the fun part, I have to figure out what direction I'm going with this. So I was actually looking up scary faces on Google, and this is already surprisingly very similar to what pops up. And then after that, it's actually the mask I'm working on. Kind of funny, this is literally like the 5th search result right on there. And then I kept scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until I saw something like this, and I was like,
you know what? That kind of actually looks like Venom from Spider-Man.
So I guess basically we're gonna make this into this, which kind of makes me sad because I just painted this whole thing white. Now I have to paint the whole thing black. So I guess I'm gonna start out with these super crazy looking long teeth. As you can see, he doesn't have crazy long teeth. So I'm gonna take some of these acrylic nails that I bought on Amazon. They're already super sharp looking, which is a giant plus for me. That means it's less work for me to do here. But they're a little bit too long, so I'm gonna have to cut them down a bit. Yeah, that looks a little bit closer to what we're going for. And obviously, they don't need to all be the same length. That's the beauty of Venom, you know? His teeth are just so jacked up. Like, you know that man has not been to a dentist in years, okay? So now I'm gonna carefully hot glue all these teeth right into place. And then I'm gonna add even more teeth. I'm just gonna shove in as many teeth as I can. We're doing the opposite of taking out wisdom teeth right now. We're putting in more teeth than you need. Yeah, and that's pretty much all the teeth that can really fit in there right now. So I wanna make the gums look as real as possible. So I'm actually gonna go in with some liquid latex to kind of help fill in and really make it look like these are real teeth. Now we let the latex cure for a bit.
2 hours later.
Okay, so the next thing I noticed is he kind of has like sunken in eyelids. So in order to do that, I'm actually going to kind of like trace his eye like that. More like how he has it. As it kind of like go back there. And he does it again on this side. And using my hot glue gun, I'm gonna go ahead and go in and kind of like raise everything around it to give him more of this concave kind of eyelid thing. I'm just gonna go in and layer by layer build up all this hot glue. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that side turned out. Now do the other side. Yeah, looking pretty good. Venom has all this like slime stuff around his face, so I gotta add all that. I'm gonna do that also with the hot glue gun. Just really, it doesn't have to be perfect, this, at all. Just kinda, you know, put the hot glue just right on there and just make it look like crazy slime just coming out of his face. Then I'm going to, that's right, you guessed it, add even more latex. I want this to look as leshy as possible, so we're just gonna cover up the hot glue with this latex to kind of help it give it that more like flesh feel, you know? Okay, so now it's time to paint it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get some of the silly putty and kind of block off the eyes so that I don't get any paint inside of the eyes. Now I'm gonna go in with some of this black acrylic paint and just start putting the black paint basically everywhere that isn't the mouth and the eyes. Oh, this black acrylic is perfect. Exactly what we needed. So now that our paint is semi-dry, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the silly putty. Okay, that turned out cleaner than I thought it would. And the other one. Wow, this is looking pretty good so far. I'm really happy with it. So I guess the next step that I'm gonna take is the eyes. Because the eyes are truly the windows to the soul, they say. Yeah, looks pretty wild so far. Now I have to work on the mouth. So it looks like he has very basic red gums. So we're just gonna take some red paint for his gums. It's gonna require one of the smallest brushes I have. So I'm gonna have to really just get in there and have to take my time with this. Mostly because I don't want to stab myself, if I'm being frank with you. And there we go. This is how it turned out. I mean, I got a little bit sloppy on the teeth here. I'll probably go back and wipe all this paint off later, but in the meantime, let's go try it on. I just want to say, guys, oh my gosh, I think this is probably the best mask I've made so far. I think it looks sick. Like, this actually kind of looks like Venom if he had his mouth shut. Let's try it on.
Wow.
Oh yes, look at the detail in that Venom slime.
I'm gonna get you.
I don't know if that's funny or disturbing. Anyway guys, I think I did a pretty good job.